Sanjay.
Hello students. Last class we had completed electrolysis. Faraday's law of electrolysis, first and second law, then modern law. Weight deposited is directly proportional to quantity of electricity passed, that is first law. And second law was when two or more cells are connected in series, then weight deposited is directly proportional to their equivalent weight. Now we have to study about products of electrolysis. Products of electrolysis. Products of electrolysis depends on 3-4 factors I told you in last lecture. First is concentration of solution, second is nature of electrode, and third is electrode potential. First we are studying how the product of electrolysis depends on concentration of solution. We'll take example of NaCl. Suppose we have in first case molten NaCl as an electrolyte, fused NaCl as an electrolyte. In a container we had filled fused sodium chloride, melted sodium chloride, and anode and cathode are inert electrode. DC current is passed through it. This is anode and this is cathode. Reaction taking place at anode and cathode. At anode oxidation takes place. 2Cl minus loses 2 electron and form chlorine gas, while at cathode 2 sodium ion accepts 2 electron and form sodium metal. So what are the product of electrolysis? Product of electrolysis when molten NaCl is taken in an electrolytic cell are sodium and chlorine. Sodium at cathode and chlorine at anode. Now what we are doing, we are just changing the concentration of the solution. So in second case, if we use aqueous solution of NaCl, aqueous concentrated solution of NaCl. Same electrode, inert electrode dipped in it. It is connected through DC current. Now if we take aqueous concentrated solution of NaCl, we have 4 ions in the beaker. Sodium ion, chloride ion. As we added water, it has H plus and OH minus ion also. In this molten NaCl, only sodium and chloride ions were there. So they will move towards their respective electrodes and products will be obtained. Sodium ion move towards cathode, chloride ion move toward anode. No competitor were there. So only product obtained sodium and chlorine. But in this case, now we have 4 ions, 2 positive, 2 negative. There will be competition between negative ion to move towards anode and 2 positive ion to move towards cathode. Now the question is, which cation will move towards cathode and undergo reduction? The one which is having more reduction potential. Out of sodium ion and hydrogen ion, the reduction potential of hydrogen ion is more. So at cathode, H plus will move towards cathode, undergo reduction and form hydrogen gas. So hydrogen gas will be produced at cathode. Why not Na plus? Because reduction potential of Na plus is less compared to H plus. So H plus will move towards cathode, undergo reduction, and hydrogen gas will be released here. Now out of Cl minus and OH minus, no doubt, chloride ion has more oxidation potential than water. But due to over potential, what is over potential? Sometimes so happen that its electrode potential is more, but kinetically the process is slow. So in order to increase the rate of reaction, we have to increase the potential. Okay, in order to increase the potential is called over potential. So reason why this OH minus will move, why not this chloride ion? जबकि क्लोराइड आयन का ऑक्सीडेशन पोटेंशियल तो ज़्यादा है OH माइनस से, तो क्यों मूव नहीं करेगा? due to overpotential. This overpotential you will study later on in higher classes. Just for this particular case only this is applied. So what is the reason why this chloride ion is not moving towards anode? Due to overpotential. Clear? So this OH minus will move there and oxygen gas is produced in it. How this OH minus will move? Water का oxidation होगा anode ऊपर. How this takes place? 2 mole of water molecule loses 4 electron, 4H plus, and O2 gas will be produced. This is the oxidation reaction taking place at anode. Oxidation of water takes place, means this OH minus will move there and form oxygen gas. So what are the product obtained at anode and cathode? At cathode, hydrogen accept electron and form H2 gas. At anode, water loses electron and form oxygen gas. So if it is solution of NaCl, then hydrogen and oxygen gas will be produced. We have to take dilute solution, aqueous dilute solution. Concentration of H plus and OH minus is more, so they will move towards respective electrode and form hydrogen and oxygen gas. Clear? Now one more case. If we take NaCl only, this is anode and this is cathode. Now somewhat concentrated NaCl is used, not very dilute. In that case we use dilute NaCl. Here concentrated NaCl is used. Then what will happen? Again we have 4 ions, Na plus and Cl minus, H plus and OH minus. So which ion will move towards cathode and form or discharge there? Hydrogen ion, because its reduction potential is more and gives you hydrogen gas. If you want to write net equation, water will gives H plus and OH minus, and 2H plus accept 2 electron and give hydrogen gas. Balance કરી લ્યો, add કરી લ્યો બે equation. Textbook માં જે equation લખેલી છે એ આવી જશે. So what is the reaction? 2H2O accepts 2 electron, gives 2OH minus and hydrogen gas. So this is the net reaction taking place at cathode and hydrogen gas will be produced. Which ion will discharge at anode? It is chloride ion will discharge at anode, Cl minus ion. So what is the reaction taking place at Cl minus? At anode, Cl minus loses 2 electron and form chlorine gas. So what are the product obtained when concentrated NaCl is used? So when concentrated NaCl is used, product obtained are at anode chlorine gas, at cathode it is hydrogen gas, and in the solution we have sodium hydroxide. कहाँ से आया sodium hydroxide? This will move and discharge at cathode, chlorine will move and discharge at anode. Which ions are left? Na plus and OH minus. So they will be remain in the solution and they form sodium hydroxide. Due to formation of sodium hydroxide, the solution becomes basic. After electrolysis, the solution becomes basic. If we add phenolphthalein to it, phenolphthalein color will changes to pink. So these are the products obtained at anode and cathode when different concentration of NaCl are used. If we take molten NaCl, sodium and chlorine are produced at cathode and anode. If we take dilute NaCl, then no doubt only dilute, so water will be preferable. Electrolysis of water takes place. Hydrogen and oxygen will be obtained. But if we take concentrated NaCl, then what will happen? There will be competition between these. Out of these two cation, hydrogen ion will move. So sodium ion will remain in the solution. Out of these two anions, chloride ion will move due to overpotential and they will discharge and form chlorine gas. So these are the products obtained at anode and cathode. Now, how this product of electrolysis depend on nature of electrode. If we change the electrode, then how the products will be obtained. Again, we will take two cases. Electrolysis of CuSO4 we are using, dilute CuSO4. Okay, dilute aqueous solution of copper sulfate we are using. Now, two conditions are there. Here we take copper sulfate solution, blue color. Here also in second case also we use copper sulfate solution, which is of blue color. Same concentration. Dilute aqueous solution. Here also dilute aqueous solution. सेम कॉन्सेंट्रेशन का सॉल्यूशंस लिखा चाहिए. यहाँ पे हमने जो इलेक्ट्रोड यूज किए हैं वो है प्लैटिनम के इलेक्ट्रोड्स, इनर्ट इलेक्ट्रोड्स, एंड दे आर कनेक्टेड थ्रू डीसी सेल. In this case we are using copper electrodes. Electrodes are different. This is anode. Here we take impure anode of copper, and here on cathode we are using copper only, but pure copper rod is taken as cathode. So what is the difference between two? In first case we used inert electrode, platinum. In second case we used copper electrode. Now how it affect the product of electrolysis on anode and cathode? Which product will be obtained? Now in this case, if you see, you had studied in 10th standard, this is nothing but refining of copper. How the reaction will take place when copper electrodes are there? At anode, impure copper undergo oxidation. 2 electron will be lost, copper ions will be formed. This is impure copper, which is at anode. These ions will dissolve in the solution. Now these 2 electrons accepted at cathode by copper ions, and pure copper will be deposited at anode. So it is nothing but electro refining of copper. If we use copper electrode, copper will dissolve, impure copper will dissolve in solution, pure copper will deposit at cathode. ધીમે ધીમે આ રોડ પાતળી થતી જશે, આ રોડ જાડી થઈ જશે, એના ઉપર પ્યોર કોપર ડિપોઝિટ થતું જશે. Impurities present in this are silver and gold and precious. Impurity बोल रहे हैं but precious metal है. They will deposit as anode mud. Now, in this case, if you are using platinum electrode, then how the electrolysis will take place? Again, we have 4 ions in the beaker: copper ions and sulfate ions from copper sulfate, H plus ions and OH minus ions from water, because we are using aqueous solution. Now, out of these two, which cation will move towards cathode? The one which is having more reduction potential. Now out of these two, which is having more reduction potential? Copper ion. If you see the EMF series, reduction potentials are given. Electrode potential of copper is given 0.34 and that of hydrogen is given 0. So which is having more reduction potential? Copper ion. So it will undergo reduction at cathode. So what is the reaction taking place at cathode? Cu2 plus accepts 2 electron and form copper. Now what is the reaction taking place at anode? So the anode we have 2 anions. Both of them move towards anode and undergo oxidation. But the one which is having more oxidation potential will move. Out of these two, OH minus, water is having more oxidation potential. So OH minus will move towards anode and undergo oxidation. This OH minus. So OH minus loses electron and form OH neutral. These 4 OH neutral will form H2O and oxygen gas will be produced. So which gas obtained at anode? At anode, oxygen gas will be produced. In order to balance this, we have to write 2 here, 4, this 4 and this 4. If you add these two, we have this OH cancel out. It's 4 OH minus, which gives us 2 H2O plus oxygen. Now I will write this equation here, this side. Add 4H plus both the sides. On adding 4H plus both the sides, the reaction will become 2H2O, loses 4 electron, gives 4H plus with oxygen gas. So O2 gas will be produced at anode and copper will deposit at cathode. Now, which ions remain in the solution? H plus and sulfate ion. So, in this beaker, H2SO4 will be produced. Sodium chloride मैंने उस बेनू तो आमा H2SO4 बनाएगा. After electrolysis, solution becomes acidic. Now, if you add phenolphthalein, no change, no change in color, but pH will decrease due to increase in acidic character of the solution. So this way, product of electrolysis depends on nature of electrode. If we take copper sulfate solution with copper electrode, then it is simply the electro-refining of copper. Copper will be obtained at cathode. But if we take platinum electrodes, which are inert electrode, platinum won't take part in the reaction. It just provides the surface for the reaction to take place. So in this case, we have copper at cathode, oxygen gas at anode, and sulfuric acid will be produced in the solution. Okay? Now, one more example is given for sulfuric acid in your textbook. There are two reactions taking place for H2SO4. First is, if we are electrolyzing very dilute H2SO4. If we are electrolyzing very dilute H2SO4, then it is simply electrolysis of water. It is simply electrolysis of water. And what are the products obtained when electrolysis of water takes place? At anode, oxidation takes place. Water molecule lose 4 electron, gives 4H plus, and oxygen gas will be produced. Balanced equation you have to remember for numericals. At cathode, reduction takes place, accept electron, form OH minus, and hydrogen gas will be produced. So what are the products obtained when dilute solution of H2SO4 is electrolyzed? It is simply electrolysis of water. Hydrogen gas and oxygen gas will be produced. But if concentrated H2SO4 is used, then what will happen? There is no competition between हाइड्रोजन, पानी में भी H प्लस है और सल्फ्यूरिक एसिड में भी H प्लस है, तो कैथोड ऊपर तो हाइड्रोजन गैस इज बर्न्स है. What's the reaction taking place at cathode? Hydrogen gas only. Water will get electrolyzed. So it will be 2 water molecule, accepts 2 electron, form 2 OH minus and H2. So if we take concentrated H2SO4, hydrogen gas produced at cathode. But at anode, if we take concentrated H2SO4, then S2O8 2 minus, which is called peroxodisulfuric acid ion, it will form with the loss of 2 electrons. So what is the reaction taking place? 2 mole of SO4 2 minus, I'll write upside, 2 mole of SO4 2 minus loses electron and form S2O8 2 minus. So which ion will be produced when concentrated H2SO4 undergo electrolysis? S2O8 2 minus. क्या बोलते हैं इसको? आपने नाम सुना होगा. H2S2O8. Its name is Marshall's acid. और क्या बोलते थे इसको? Peroxodisulfuric acid. It has peroxide bond. And if you remember in 11th standard we had done, hydrogen peroxide is prepared by electrolysis of concentrated H2SO4. At that time this reaction was there. Hydrogen produced at cathode, but at anode this S2O8 2 minus is produced, which will further react and gives you H2O2 solution. So these are few reactions you have to remember for calculating product of electrolysis obtained when different concentrations of solutions are used, or different electrodes are used, or we can say different electrode potentials are there. Then which product will be deposited, that depend on these 3 factors. Okay. Now we will do one sum. Very simple. It is given that 3.12 example. 3.12. Consider the reaction Cr2O72 minus 14H plus 6 electron gives 2Cr3 plus 7H2. The question is, what is the quantity of electricity in coulomb needed to reduce 1 mole dichromate ion? What is the quantity of electricity in coulomb needed to reduce 1 mole dichromate ion? See here, 1 mole dichromate ion reduced to chromium ion. How much quantity of electricity is required? 6 electrons. 6 electrons means 6 Faraday. 6 Faraday of electricity means 6 into 96500 coulomb. So if we pass this much coulomb of electricity, 1 mole dichromate ion reduced to chromium ion. If you multiply, then we'll get the answer. Check कर लेजो multiplication. 589000 coulomb. Okay. One more question. 3.10. This was 3.12. If the current of 5 ampere flow through metallic wire for 2 hours, 5 ampere current flows through metallic wire for 2 hours. What is telling? How many electrons would flow through the wire? How many electrons would flow through wire? कैसे निकालेंगे? सबसे पहले फाइंड आउट करो Q. Q equals to IT. What is I? 5. T is 2 into 60 because time should be in second, then only it will be in coulomb. So if we multiply this two, we have 36000 coulomb. You know that 1 Faraday means 96500 coulomb. 96500 coulomb means if 1 mole electron charge is passed, then it is known as 1 Faraday. Definition of 1 Faraday. 1 Faraday means charge of 1 mole of electron. 1 mole of electron. Charge of 1 mole of electron is known as 1 Faraday. And 1 Faraday means what? 96500 coulomb charge is on charge on 6.022 10 to power 23 electrons. આટલા electrons નું charge 96500 coulomb હોય તો તમારી પાસે charge છે 36000 coulomb, then what will be the number of electrons? So we can easily calculate number of electron as 36000 divided by 96500 multiplied by 6.022 into 10 to power 23. As a formula you can remember, if you want to calculate number of electrons carried by some charge, then how to calculate? It is IT Na upon 1 Faraday, that is 96500. This is the formula for calculating total number of electrons passed through the wires. I is the current, T is time in seconds, Na is Avogadro number, and 96500.